Hi everybody, thanks for joining the Wednesday update. Last week's update, I included a link for you to submit any questions, celebrations, or appreciations. So I'm going to use that document and those things that you all submitted to help guide our time today. So first and foremost, I wanted to start with a couple of celebrations, and then I'll move into answering a few questions and kind of looking at the trends of what was submitted. Just a quick one, thank you so much for all you do. Appreciate that. We appreciate how well the teachers are making at-home learning true learning. It certainly is no comparison to being in person, but it is quality work. We also appreciate all the flexibility and dedication to having kids back on campus. It is critical that the students are able to be at school. Our daughter absolutely loves the 2 days she gets to attend. Keep up the amazing work. We appreciate you more than words can express. The world is in a constant state of change, so we will never be the same again. However, I'm confident that soon we will be back to normal. The sooner we're able to reach this goal, the better it will be for all of us. Thank you. Appreciate the celebrations and appreciations sent our way. There are a few more, so I'll add to those for next time. One question, kind of trend that I saw just a bit that I wanted to address is, I think we talked about this over the summer, but happy to repeat it because I know information's kind of coming at us quite quickly. So a question came up of why we don't have the same AM/PM model that Chico Unified is using. So there are a few different reasons. In the AM/PM model, as we were evaluating that option over the summer, we realized what our capacity was for cleaning between the cohorts. And we as a school don't have the capacity to clean every single room in a chunk of time in the morning, between a morning and an afternoon cohort. Additionally, we wanted to make sure that we could offer ASP to any students who needed it. And by having the kids on an AM/PM, we need to utilize all of the classrooms. And so the AM kids, we wouldn't have really an opportunity to give them access to ASP. It would really only be for the afternoon kids to extend their time on campus. And that felt like a limiting factor. Additionally, our teachers wanted to be able to have enough time to offer recess breaks and outside play time, use our play structures. In the middle school, we offer a PE time, and outdoor movement time for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Additionally, our students have access to their teachers each and every day. And so I know that it came up in the questions too, that right now kids are on campus between 6 and 7 hours on the elementary side. Compared to Chico Unified being on campus for 10 hours. But our students really have teacher-led instruction time upwards of 10 to 14 hours. When you add in the morning meetings, the small reading groups on the days when they're off campus, the office hours, the morning meetings, the advisory time, kind of all those other teacher-led times with students. So I know it's very natural to compare. It's what we have access to and what we weighed over the summer as what would serve our community best. It allows for some consistency to have the kids here for that full day if necessary and to utilize ASP. But I understand it's not ideal. Ideal is the schedule that we had, 1 year ago today that we didn't even realize we'd ever be in this circumstance. So, it's not ideal, and I appreciate that you ask that we re-articulate that again, because it's important that we keep kind of thinking through why we are where we are, what choices have we made, and I acknowledge that it doesn't meet everybody's needs. But we do see some benefits to that schedule too, and I can tell you from being on campus, the times that are so joyful for kids are when they are having choice time in the younger grades, when they're playing on the play structure and running around and having, just a great time outside. And that contributes to their social emotional learning and contributes to their wellness and well-being as well. So we do really value that time. Another question came up about altitude learning. So I'd love to chat about that a little bit. It's been a fantastic platform for us. We're asking our teachers to continue to create their own content and curriculum. Altitude was created originally with a pedagogical approach of project-based learning. And so it supports all of what we view as important for pedagogy with our students. It's learner-centered. It allows for reflection. It allows for feedback. It's really the model or the kind of vehicle we use to change our progress notices to more of a narrative progress report. and to look more at the competency-based assessment. So will we continue using Altitude? Yes, we will. We actually received a wonderful grant from a group down in the Bay Area to help us continue this work, continue our learning with it, and continue utilizing the platform, but we'll use it differently. So right now we're using it in a really unique way because we're creating all of our content and delivering it all via Altitude. There's a couple of reasons for that. So we want to create the curriculum so students can learn off campus on their non-cohort days. We want to provide access to the curriculum for all of our distance learning students. And then we also have students who need to be off campus for quarantining for various reasons, whether they're sick and they're awaiting test results or they have a close contact who tested positive. And Altitude allows all students at all times to access the curriculum. So it's been a really great platform for us. In the future, I don't really see our teachers creating everything in Altitude, but it will be a great vehicle for assessment. There's also an awesome way to do portfolios. There's a neat way for kids to create their own cards and share their learning with other classmates. And then there's also a goal setting option in there as well. And within the goal setting, kids can look at maybe some assessments, set some goals, set some timelines on there, and then get feedback and encouragement from their teacher and from their parents. So we've used one portion of Altitude and we've used it really well and we've used it a lot, but there's a lot of other ways that we can use it down the line. And we're still learning. We're not going to implement all those things right away, but it is on the horizon of ways that we may use it in the future. This evening we have a board meeting. Come on in and join in, participate. You know, it's the link is on our website. If you go to the About Us and then scroll down, you'll see Board of Directors. And you can click on the link there and you'll see the Zoom link to join the meeting. And we're going to talk about a few things that are slated for tonight, but probably something that's of interest to everybody will be the discussion about increased time on the elementary campus. So we'll kind of talk through and see where our capacity is and discuss that this evening. So it's at 6 p.m. tonight and the link is on the website. And I just want to close by saying we will have the link for the celebrations and appreciations again and questions too. And that helps kind of guide the meetings coming up. Next week, I hope to give you a facility update. My plan is to actually even be inside the buildings that are being built and show you around there just a little bit. I also want to thank everybody again. I know last week I did a lot of thinking too, but there's no shortage of gratitude for everything that everybody's doing right now. And I ask that, you just continue to reach out to us. I've had some great phone calls with families this week who, had opinions to express and want to share how this is all going for them. And we're open to that feedback. We know that someday we'll be through this part of the pandemic. I don't know what it will look like when it's all done. And we will still be a school after all of this. We will still be Chico Country Day School. And so I'm very deeply curious about what life skills will we lean into during this difficult time? How will we communicate? How will we show up as a community to support one another to make it through this time? Because it is really hard and it is really unprecedented. And those words are sometimes overused, but there is no playbook for this, for you as parents, for us as educators. But, there is a playbook for CCDS. And that's to have a joyful community of learners, to utilize the life skills, to have integrity, to communicate and problem solve in really unique ways. And we're going to keep doing that. And so, we value you and we appreciate you, and we're glad that you're on this journey with us. And if you ever have something that you want to share or are unsure about some things, we just really appreciate you reaching out and communicating with us so we can help address whatever's difficult. So thanks everybody. I know we'll see some of you on the board meeting this evening, and thanks for tuning in to my weekly update. And I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.